welcome back to Second Take Movies podcast, where we give movies a second look, second chance, second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me as always is my co-host, Jake Twito.
Actually, no, I have a bit. Man, I really butchered that. How can you see me through my eyes like open doors? I swear, they were like, "Whoa! I just heard this new hot band, Evanescence. I gotta make a movie around it now."
They got the biggest payday for this movie. Like, they had
Good
to.
for them. Good for them. Like,
I remember the video for this song, like, had Daredevil scenes in it.
I remember, like, I'm not my cup of tea of music, but I remember being like, yeah, this thing shreds, and they got Daredevil in it. This is rad.
It was the shit back in 03 when I was in middle school.
Now the guys that play it out of their cars with ponytails, maybe not now.
Does Evanescence still do anything? I don't
I think
know.
they do. I think they're still around.
Okay, good for them.
They have some, I should take that back. They have some good stuff. And anybody can like their own kind of music.
Honestly,
I listen to weird crap.
Honestly, that song slaps. Honestly, like,
I said that jokingly, and then I'm like, I'd listen to that thing happily.
Yeah.
I played it earlier just to Nora Logan, and it was like, yeah.
When I heard it in this movie, it made my 13-year-old heart happy. So,
man, we're talking about Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil.
2003 Daredevil. Yeah. The 13 year didn't indicate where our depression's about to hit.
Yeah. God, I texted you earlier. I hate everything about this movie.
What did you text me a typo, and I giggled so hard. I was like, he's got to be so furious because he did a typo. Daredevil Oli.
Daredevil movie.
The Daredevil Oli. This movie is trash. It's about a kid that gets blonded and has supersonic hearing, and
the only redeeming quality is Jennifer Garner.
And Michael Clark.
And old Michael Clark Duncan.
Yep. I think the two of them. And Anthony Soprano's in this. He's one of the little bullies at the very beginning of this that gets in a fight with him and then gets his tail beat.
Okay.
Yeah, random. I saw it and went, good.
Is that from The Sopranos? Because I've never seen The Sopranos.
Yeah, and you should definitely watch it.
Okay.
You should.
Well, unlike Matt Murdock, I can see. I don't know where that joke was going.
Well, and I love, like, we're coming hot off of, before this started, we're coming hot off Daredevil Born Again's come out.
Yes, as of recording, there's only 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again out.
So it's even worse of.
We have.
Here's how it should be.
The pinnacle of superhero television and the bottom of the barrel of it.
And I should ask up front, did you watch the director's cut?
I did not watch the director's cut. I watched.
Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Okay.
All it has is Coolio.
Why would you take Coolio out?
Why would you put Coolio in?
It's a gangster's paradise, baby.
That was Avi Arad's decision, by the way, to cram Coolio in there. So
I loved it. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Well, this movie, its synopsis is: a man blinded by toxic waste, which also enhanced his remaining senses, fights crime as an acrobatic martial arts superhero. Too much emphasis on the acrobatic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have stick.
Yeah,
he's a boxer,
they just completely eliminated that from his story, and just was like, "Oh, he learned all that shit by himself. Give me a break."
And it's weird because I'm looking at my notes, and I might be wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 movies deep in Marvel movies that have come out at this time. Howard the Duck.
If you want to count that.
I just did that one for you. Blade came out 98.
Yeah.
X-Men 2000.
Uh-huh.
Blade 2 2002. Spider-Man 2002. 2003 Daredevil.
Yep.
Spider-Man before this was about 900 times better.
Just a real miss on this one. Those were all pretty good.
Yeah,
you listed.
Yeah, especially at the time. Like,
and I say still hold up. Those 4 minus Howard the Duck.
Oh, it holds up. Don't worry.
It's a terrible, horrible. George Lucas was on cocaine. The
All the drug.
positive review from the Globe and Mail of Toronto. Rick Groen says, "Not woeful, not wonderful, merely watchable." That's as positive as the reviews get.
That's incredible.
Yeah. On the negative side, Mick LaSalle from the San Francisco Chronicle.
Just repeat your positive for the negative.
An action blockbuster that's one of the biggest misfires in its genre since Godzilla.
Well,
I'm assuming he's
because of this
talking about
movie,
98 Godzilla because, yes, that was
Gotta be.
also a terrible.
This thing
dumpster
also
fire.
spawned Elektra, the movie.
Yeah, that's
Which
worse
is
than
even
this.
worse.
I refuse to watch
Which-
that. I've never seen it. Don't want to see it.
I have. I feel bad for Jennifer Garner because she was stuck in a contract.
Yeah, that's what she said when they asked her about it. Like, it's a contract. What you want me to do? Somehow Ben Affleck got out of his because they wanted to make a sequel to this.
I heard he was going to sleep with some chick and they're going to be mad about it or something. I don't know. Isn't that what he does? I don't know.
I think this was the transition between Jennifers. I think he had just broken up with Lopez for the first time, and
Yeah,
he
that
met
was
Garner.
baby.
He met Jennifer Garner on the set of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Just a sad, sad little boy.
Jennifer Garner. That's a wand right there.
Mm-hmm. She's looking good in a Deadpool and Wolverine movie.
She's in a lot of commercials, and I'm like, Logan, who's that girl? And she goes, that's Jennifer Garner. And I'm like, no, it's not. It is her. And I'm like,
it is her.
Okay, good for her. Congratulations.
Keeping it tight. I think she's over 50.
Yeah, gotta be.
Yeah.
So. She's pushing 90, I heard.
Well, in that case, we all are.
Dumbest thing I've ever said.
Yeah. This movie.
Ooh, baby.
I don't even remember how it starts. I want to forget it so quick.
It starts off with a flash in a Ford scene, which I will say one positive thing about this movie. Here's my positive thing. It's not a great one. They take so much from the comics, whether it be a frame or a cover, and use it. Not well, but they're lifted directly from so many things. But it starts off, and Daredevil is
that's right,
on top of a Catholic church building.
He's perched
holding it.
He's perched around a cross and is bleeding and falls through a church. And it kind of starts with, "You'll bet you're wondering how I got here."
I was thinking the same joke. Actually, there's a Sonic the Hedgehog ad up where I keep my notes, and I'm like, God, that's perfect. I bet you're wondering how I got here. Hi.
And basically, it takes us through. It took way too long, by the way. Through Matt's origin story. He's a kid that gets picked on. Dad's a boxer.
Boxer.
Yeah.
Dad's a loser.
Yeah, he is a boxer, but Matt, which I think the show did 100 times better, because in the comics he was not. That's the whole reason of Matt's origin as a superhero is he wants to be like his dad because his dad didn't take a fall like he was supposed to.
Yeah,
and he wasn't a hitman for the mob. He was just a boxer that they kept fixing fights with. But anyway, Matt sees his dad being roughing up a guy for the mob and runs away through a port. Like, why did anybody let this child run through a working, operating port? Who knows?
Gotta be honest, Preston, the kid deserved to die. Gotta be honest, that forklift should have gone right through his skull.
Forklift hit some barrels that throws toxic waste in his eyes, and this somehow heightens his senses.
Is that the comic origin?
It is, but
okay. I thought it was. It's different, but it is the toxic waste.
In the comic origin, just like in the show, because they paid attention to the books a lot better, he does it by pushing a man out of the way that was about to get hit by a truck. Truck turns over, liquid goes in his eyes. It wasn't him running away from his dad.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Which, why would you? I don't know, man.
Well, they didn't have stick in this movie either. So what the fuck? Like,
it's like, it's so funny to think about the Ben Affleck Batman, and they're similar-ish to me. Of I'm just gonna brood. Everything's bad.
He was better as Batman than he was as Daredevil.
and which is funny because he swore he'd never do a superhero movie again. But that's
money
I
does
digress.
crazy things to people.
So does cocaine. It's a hell of a drug.
And I just want to preface this, like, Daredevil is probably my favorite superhero.
It goes Spider-Man, Daredevil for me.
For,
And to me, they're almost in tandem.
For me, it's Daredevil then Wolverine. Like,
okay,
those are like, so just because like he's a guy who his greatest strength is his disability. Like, that's just amazing.
And he doesn't have super strength.
Correct. He's just
that's what I like.
Yes.
My least favorite. I love Superman's great.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll say that. I hate Superman. I hate the like. I'm the best. Like I like Spider-Man's a normal guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does have some strength, but
he's got
Daredevil, normal guy has that. Of course, then like my next couple rankings are like Gambit,
Cable. Yeah, I love Gambit.
I don't know if my number. No, Nightcrawler's my number 5 for sure.
Nightcrawler's up there for me too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so that's how bad this is. We're already delving into good things. So then like he goes blind.
Yep.
Finds out he has heightened senses. I need to ask you something seriously. Mm-hmm. Does he taste better now? Can he taste things real good?
Who knows, dude? But like, yes, his and God, it's another thing I hate about this movie, but we'll get to it later. His senses, he learns to gradually control those. Yes, he's bombarded with them at first, like as a kid when it first happens to him. But guess who teaches him to do that? Stick. But in this movie, they're like, oh no, they like sort of imply that it gave him some kind of extra strength too, because he's like, I trained myself and I learned how to fight. I'm like, you as a 12-year-old did that? Are you serious?
And I'm like, Ben Affleck, did you ask them to change the script to make you seem cool?
No, he didn't care.
No, you wouldn't with this.
But yeah, so his dad is told to like take a fall in a fight, and he does.
Well, his dad shapes up too. Like, focuses on boxing. Him and his son are tight. Like, they're back to good, which is awesome.
His dad doesn't want his son to see him take a fall, so he knocks out the guy and then tries to run away. But then they get to him and then they kill him, and that sends Matt Murdock off into the world and goes to law school and grows up, and now he's Ben Affleck with a terrible haircut, and he sleeps in a deprivation tank.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you a pause. Everybody listening, do that at some point in your life. Go to a sensory deprivation tank. It is insane. You'll lose your mind. I love it. It is tight.
I don't think that's an advertisement for it. It's like,
dude, you float in that water. You hear nothing. You see nothing. I start seeing stuff. It's great.
That's what I've heard from people who have done it. It's like, you just start seeing stuff.
I think the longest I've gone is like an hour and a half.
Well, I think they don't recommend you go over like an hour or something.
Well, there's a build. Sorry, there's like a 30-minute build up where lights are on still, and then it like brings you down into it. So it's really just an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go over an hour. Like I want to do it and just see what happens because I've seen the other side, Preston, and it's beautiful.
In this movie, like he's got just a terrible. It doesn't even look real.
And Preston, why his eyes look stupid? And sorry for people listening, but why is this his expression the entire movie? A mouth wide open. Is he trying to taste people?
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, I can taste you coming.
And he's got his, for some reason he sleeps in like a fucking coffin thing. I don't know why.
I guess that's so he can actually sleep. Drowns all the sound out.
Yeah, but like Daredevil what the show does 100 times better. He controlled his senses.
But in this dimension, in Earth 1322 that we're watching, Stick doesn't exist.
Yeah. God.
I'm gonna hate myself if he shows up. If that Daredevil shows up somewhere, I'm just gonna poop.
Well, supposedly Sean Levy said that they wanted and there was concept art of this version of Daredevil being in Deadpool and Wolverine. But they said they never contacted him. And I think that's a fucking lie. I think you did. And he just was like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Nah. No, I'm too busy with my Dunkin' Donuts
and
commercials.
He probably was like, give me more money. And they were like,
yeah.
like, not for 10 minutes, dog.
Um,
But anyway.
so that Joker grows up. He's a successful lawyer. Well, successful with what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
Just does the right things. He's doing pro bono cases. He's getting paid in basketballs and
Yeah. Also, they named the rapist and murderer after a celebrated Daredevil comic writer.
They named every person in this off somebody, and they picked a rapist.
They used Jose Quesada's name for a rapist and a murderer. That is the name drop that they used in this movie. What?
I mean, Frank Miller is in the movie.
Yes.
And yeah, that blew my mind. I didn't catch that until this time of going, no.
And also, Daredevil's a murderer? Like, what are we... His whole character is...
Doesn't kill.
He's such... He's such a devout Catholic that he sees redemption and grace in everybody. That's why he doesn't murder people.
Yeah, but I heard he touches boys.
He doesn't touch boys. You shit.
Bad Catholic joke. I don't really mean that.
That's the priests, not Daredevil.
Touche. Daredevil, touche.
But yeah, so he follows this guy to a bar, has an okay fight. You can barely see what's going on half the time, but like, it's whatever. It's just to introduce Daredevil. And he's trying out all the little weird tricks and stuff with his equipment in his apartment before he goes out. What's the point of that?
It's so lame.
It's very early 2000s. It's of the time, but it's stupid.
This is supposed to be a season to Daredevil at this point.
Yes.
Like, what? What in the world are we doing? What are we doing here?
No, they don't know.
No.
So he knocks that guy onto the tracks and like just lets the train fucking murder him, and leaves,
bang bang bang,
leaves the Daredevil emblem in fire because
those double D's, baby, popping them everywhere.
And Ben Urich comes by and is like apparently a crazy reporter, and nobody believes that the Daredevil exists, but okay. The cops won't comment on it, and then somehow...
I do like that character a lot from the comics. Like, that's a cool dude.
He was really good in season 1 until they murdered him.
Yeah.
But
and that's, you know what? I'm gonna make a DC Marvel thing. This is all in New York.
Yes.
It's not in some imaginary Gotham, which is dope.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I love, like, he works for the New York Post. I don't know.
Well, they were created at different times, so.
Yeah, that's valid. But so he's also hitting people up on, tell me about the Kingpin. Tell me about the Kingpin.
Yeah, there's this infamous figure, the Kingpin, and then it cuts to Michael Clark Duncan in a big old suit because he's a big old man.
Dude, he still is the Kingpin for me. When I picture the Kingpin, it's him. Like,
Vincent D'Onofrio, I mean...
Oh, he's awesome. The only problem with him is, like, he doesn't have that cartoonish giant.
Well, that's not the Kingpin they wanted in the show. This is a cartoon. That's what this is.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get twisted. This is a cartoon.
So, and I love, like, Kingpin right away is like, they're talking about me in the papers. Kills 2 henchmen that are just there. What? That's default.
This mafia guy is bad. Just audience. Hint,
let's
wink.
Let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just skip to this next scene. Let's just go ahead and go to the coffee shop where Foggy, who's played by a wonderful actor,
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau, which I've seen interviews where he's like, yeah, Daredevil wasn't a great movie, but I wouldn't have made Iron Man if I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So because of this, he
met Kevin Feige on this movie. Because Kevin Feige was the producer on all these movies, and nobody listened to him. Like on the X-Men movies, Bryan Singer banned comic books from set, and so he had to sneak Hugh Jackman into an office off to the side and show him a bunch of X-Men comics and say, "Hey, Wolverine is like this."
I'll never understand big corporations like.
Well, this at this time, this was hot off the Matrix, so everybody's in leather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's dark and mysterious, and we're gonna do something totally different from the comics. We're not gonna have any color in our movies at all.
Which I don't know. I mean, this still happens today, not just then, but
Mhm.
like you're gonna create something off of this already existing art that has lore, it has history, and you're gonna say, I'm also looking at Star Wars when I say this. We're gonna do something totally different because we want to.
Mhm.
Then make your own movie. Don't whatever.
Yeah.
Off my soapbox because Daredevil, sorry, Matt Murdock smells Electra walk in the
Mhm.
coffee shop, which is creepy enough. Then he has a nice introduction where she makes fun of him and finds out he's blonde. And then probably the best fight scene I've ever watched in my entire
Oh,
life
you
happens in
are
a park.
being. You better be that. No.
I will give you this. Jennifer Garner practiced and trained for like a year.
Well, good for her, but it looks stupid.
Oh my God. I love that. Like I watched the behind the scenes thing today, and she's like, I wanted to learn all this, and the only thing that really helped me is they put me on a wire.
Yeah.
I'm like, they look dumb. It's not Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon here. That's
And
real life.
it is based off of a moment in the comics, but it's done with Echo,
Yeah,
who is a deaf assassin and ends up being ends up being a lover of Matt Murdock.
which her whole costume and everything is Echo too. Later,
Pretty much.
yeah,
They just didn't want to have two red. Really, the only reason they put her in black is they didn't want to have two red figures on screen. That was the
yeah. There's enough gingers in the world. We don't need more red stuff.
yeah. So yes, they have a little fun, little flirty fight in the park amongst kids. There's something at this time of superhero movies like Catwoman and other movies like this that they thought it was cool to have a fight in a playground with kids around for some reason.
I have that in my notes of like this is weird,
Mm-hmm.
and you're right. Every big movie had a fight scene with kids watching and clapping, and
Yeah.
like.
So then we're introduced probably the guy that's having the most fun in this movie.
He gets to use his own accent for the first time
And
ever.
Colin Farrell gets to use his own accent as Bullseye.
Probably my favorite character in the movie.
He is entertaining to watch. It's terrible, but
Oh, it's
he's entertaining to watch.
He has a bullseye that he's carved into his head.
He has a bullseye carved into his head. Now, the characterization that Bullseye is a unhinged psychopath, he nailed. You got that. But every time he moves his coat, it makes a rattlesnake noise. And he's at a bar, and it's an Irish bar, I assume, because they're playing House of Pain, and it's a bunch of old white guys. And he's like, the guy that loses darts to him calls him a stinking Irish or something like that. It's like, why would you say that in an Irish bar?
And then you get the greatest, like, little snake tongue, whatever that weird thing he does showing off his.
Yeah, and he throws little pins at that guy's throat and kills him. And it's like, what is this?
Again, when I saw this in theaters, I went, "Oh, that's crazy."
Well,
That
yeah,
guy's
you were
awesome.
14 or 13 or however old.
Yeah. 13.
13. God.
13. And it was just like, "Oh, how's he going to win against this guy?"
Yeah.
But he gets a job from. We don't really. I guess we assume it's.
The early
Kingpin.
millennium was so fucking weird.
Yeah, it was.
When we hit the 2000, it was a weird time.
I think what happened is when we figured out that Y2K didn't kill us all
Yeah.
and stuff, people went crazy and like, "Oh, we live. Let's make some crazy stuff, dude."
We made some good stuff in the Matrix, but that was 99, but still counts. But we took the wrong lessons from that movie. Like Black Leather does not a good movie make.
Yeah,
You know?
and everything doesn't have to look wet all the time.
Yeah.
Gross. Dry yourself off. You're drenched.
So Bullseye has been contracted by Kingpin to kill Elektra's dad, who is mob boss, architect. I don't know. Some plans that they had went haywire, and Kingpin wants this guy dead.
Yeah.
So Elektra gives Matt and Foggy an invitation to a fancy party, and
Which I love, by the way. The director's cut brings in Karen
yes,
Page.
played by the girl from Grey's Anatomy.
It was great.
Yeah,
They cut her out of the entire
sure did.
movie. Just weird.
Hmm.
Very weird. But sorry.
It's a weird
I
movie.
digress.
It's a weird
Yeah.
movie.
We're going to go to this banquet and get some high profile people.
Yeah, and then Matt sees Elektra because he can see. Oh God. Okay.
Oh, we've missed the rain.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
scene
we
in the
missed
rain where he's like, I have echolocation, and basically tells her he's Daredevil, almost kind of.
Wait
but
1 second. It's going to rain. I can feel it. I want
Yeah.
to see you.
this
Why didn't he
is-
grab her boobs?
But
Fill
yeah,
her face up. What are you doing, perv?
this
I mean, no, not a perv.
this
I don't know.
echolocation is so stupid.
But you know what looks a lot like it is the Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think
effect.
they saw this. The people that got this movie were like, "Oh, he's blind, so he needs echolocation." I think they thought they were making a Batman movie, and Batman was blind.
Yeah, I can follow that completely. Yeah, he's got a big layer. He's got cash. He's got sick toys. Okay.
So they see each other at the fancy party. "Quote unquote," see. He doesn't see. She does.
Yeah, he can't see. He's blonde.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So they try to convince Kingpin to be one of their clients, or Foggy does, and
And Matt's just like, I don't work with people that aren't innocent.
yeah.
Well, you're gonna die. Good
Yeah.
job, bud.
So the Elektra's dad gets hurried off to the car because Kingpin has threatened his life, basically. That's Kingpin's thing. He hands people roses when he's going to kill them. And there was wouldn't you know it? There was a rose on Matt's dad's body when he was killed. So, oh my gosh, I wonder who that could be.
Oh, it's President Snow.
Yeah,
Duh.
it was a
I
white
thought it
rose.
was Hunger Games again.
And so they're whisked off to a limousine, but wouldn't you know it, that old devilish bullseye catches up to him,
and don't worry, the Daredevil is following and listening
Yeah.
from afar.
and Elektra sees and for some reason Elektra does not see that, even though she's there the whole time, she doesn't see that Bullseye actually threw Daredevil's weapon into her dad,
I
but
don't
immediately
understand that
just
at
blames
all.
Daredevil
She sees that it's his tool.
and
I'm
just
like, "It's
assumes
your
that he
tool.
killed her
You're a
dad for
fool."
some reason. Never mind the psychopath that just wrecked your limousine with the bald
Yeah,
head.
well, hey, he had to get out of there because he missed his first shot.
Yeah, he's
You
all
know?
depressed because he missed. And
He missed that shot.
yeah. So Elektra has one of the stupidest scenes in this movie.
Is this the sandbag moment?
It is the sandbag moment with the
Which is so
Evanescence.
tight. Without the director's cut, you don't understand. She's been trained her whole life.
Okay.
All of a sudden, she's just fighting sandbags.
Yeah,
and
all
it's
this. Yeah, all of a sudden she's just good. She's really good at fighting sandbags. People we don't know. But this is all backtracked to Evanescence. Wake Me Up, I think is the song. Yes. Oh,
Save
God.
me. That's what I thought. Every time I said "save me," I'm like, "Yeah, from this movie, please."
Wake me up. I don't remember what happens after this. Oh,
Oh, she goes on the hunt. She goes after.
she's going after Daredevil. Her and him get in a fight, and then she unmasks him and is like, all of a sudden, all is forgiven because you're Matt Murdock. Matt
Oh, you're
Murdock didn't
blonde?
kill my
Alright.
dad.
And she stabs him in the shoulder too. So
Yeah.
now he's disabled.
And then she sees Bullseye and goes after, and suddenly realizes that Bullseye killed her dad, and goes
I will
after.
say, the scene where she throws the dagger thing
Mhm.
at him and he catches it, I'm like, y'all could have had something good. You didn't.
You didn't. This is terrible.
No.
Then he stabs her. Famous picture from one of the comics where Bullseye does kill Elektra, and like it pokes that shot where the side doesn't really line up with the thing poking out her back, but like
Mhm.
it's a famous comic book panel, so we got to have it.
This is the moment in my notes where I realized her last name's Nachios,
Nachos, yeah.
and I just started writing nacho jokes instead of paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna read any of them to you because you're gonna have to cut them.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty bad. No,
It's
I'm not gonna read any of these. We're good.
Nachios because Elektra is Greek and Jennifer Garner is not.
Yeah, but she's Greek American, so she's
Sure.
American at least.
Sure.
Isn't this where too? Right before that, that's where the Ben Urich goes.
Ben Urich,
I know
yeah.
who Daredevil is
Sure does.
because he sees the baton and
Mhm.
goes, "Oh, that's Matt's cane."
Yeah,
actually.
Kevin Smith plays
That's right.
a morgue assistant, and because Ben Urich was at the party and saw Matt's cane that he had and was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And Matt makes a funny joke like, "Oh, I've never seen it," and ha 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 ha.
Which is hilarious because he just slaps that cane out of his hand
Yeah.
at the party.
And
What a jerk. Also, what's up with everybody in this? I've been to a lot of business functions. Show off, I know. Okay, guys. No one's ever put a business card in my jacket pocket. It happens 5 times.
apparently they did back in the day.
I don't.
It's because we don't use business cards anymore because we have phones.
Oh, dude, I love business cards, though, son. Nothing I love more than just flipping them things.
For some
out.
reason, they gave me business cards at work. Like, what the fuck am I going to do with this?
You know what it really helps you with? If you're doing some woodworking projects, you can really level things out with them. And when I go to Vegas, I like to get other people's business cards, a lot of them, and just hand them out on the street and tell them they're the tookers.
Gotcha.
Sometimes I draw naked women on the back too, but anyway.
So yeah, he finds
Daredevil's at the church.
Yeah,
he can't win, and now we're back to the beginning of the movie.
Yes, we've caught up. They've had this big floaty CGI fight in the church.
This is the dumbest
that early 2000s floaty CGI digidouble.
I call it the Beowulf effect.
Yeah.
Because that movie was turd.
Well, that came out way after this movie.
Which is even sadder.
Yes. Zemeckis always has a great idea that is way too early for its time and sometimes flops.
Yeah. Dude, the fact that they're fighting, how he wins is Daredevil hears a sniper's bullet.
Sure does.
And it shoots him. He's able to push Bullseye and get it through the hands. But not before he tells him that Fisk is everything. He is the Kingpin.
Duh. So he goes to confront Kingpin, who again is played by Michael Clark Duncan, who was a huge human being. And he gets in his wife beater, ironically, and him and Daredevil have a showdown in Kingpin's office, and Matt breaks a bunch of the glass and lets the rain come in.
He breaks the sprinkler head.
So he can see.
Which Preston
see.
Daredevil. Like Daredevil's not going to match someone on strength. He'll do something smart, right?
Right. Yes, he's a tactician.
This is just a fisticuffs.
Yeah. But wouldn't you know it? He breaks the Kingpin's knees. Does he kill him? I think he kills him. No. Does he? No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He leaves him because everyone knows now that he is the Kingpin. There's evidence linking it to him, and
But yeah, that's Daredevil.
Yeah. Well, no. Whoa. Well, this movie ends with a great hook.
It does?
Yeah, it does. He's just hanging out on the roof, and he sees this necklace that used to belong to Elektra, and in Braille it says, "Go get 'em, Matt." This movie sucked. 1.2.
Actually, I looked up something today, and it was like there is like a post. It was like one of the first Marvel post-credit scenes. Ooh, where
Bullseye awakens.
Bullseye's in the hospital and kills a fly with a paperclip.
Syringe needle.
That's right.
I've never seen it. I knew it was there, but I've never seen
it. The paper clip and the fly thing is from the comics. So
yeah. Yeah,
But
1.2. I've gone down. I think I
this is
did
a
7
zero.
earlier.
This is the dumbest movie that's ever been made. Don't watch
Oh.
it. The director's cut is not even worth watching. There is no redeeming this movie. It's a terrible, hot piece of garbage that never should have existed.
I do love that Matt Damon got offered the role of Daredevil before Ben
Of
Affleck.
course, like they were probably getting the same offers on everything. They
Guy
wanted
Pearce got it as well. So did Edward Norton.
they wanted Edward Norton. Just think of white guy with brown hair at the time. That was a famous actor, and they
Could
were
have been
offered.
me.
They offered Vincent Diesel. They offered him Bullseye and Daredevil.
Oh, that'd be a movie about family.
The Playboy.
I
Oh,
love him. Oh, dude,
Vincent
Seth
Diesel
Rogen
fuel.
was supposed to be Foggy.
Makes sense.
Yeah, which is like that's young Rogen. I think he'd have been all right, but especially for how much little they used that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'll say is watch the Netflix series, watch the Disney one that's going now. It seems like it's great.
Well, it's all on
Yeah.
Disney Plus now, but yes, watch.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I said, as of recording, there's 2 episodes of Daredevil. When this comes out, the day this comes out, there will be 4. So, or 3, depending on what they release. I don't know.
So you've seen Spider-Man already or not? Where are you in episode 2?
I haven't watched episode 2 at all.
Nothing happens. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to freak you out.
There's no way Spider-Man's in this series. Don't even.
Dude, if it is, I'll poop my pants.
He's
I'll do
not.
it.
He is 100%.
I will zip tie these shorts and bomb them up big.
I will bet my next 12 mortgage payments he's not.
I'm not taking that bet because you're right. So a boy can dream.
A boy can dream, but we'll never
yeah.
see it. So that takes us to what we watching, what we playing, what we reading, what we doing.
Paradise. Definitely. I'm glad you reminded me about that.
Season
It's
finale.
phenomenal. I'm pumped.
How they do a season 2, who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah.
They want to do multiple. I don't know how, but
I don't either. Common Side Effects is a cartoon on Adult Swim. It's incredible.
Mm.
Mike Judge is a part of it, but it's all
sense.
about this really weird guy finds mushrooms that cures anything.
that makes sense.
And so there's pharmaceutical companies that want to kill him, and the government wants to kill him.
Mm.
It's humor, but it's also like little. It's that Mike Judge humor where you're laughing, but then you're also pausing it and going, "Ooh, okay."
Yeah.
Trying to think what else other than that I've been. I feel like I watched a handful of stuff, but started Full Swing on Netflix, the golf show. Season 3 came out, and that's fantastic. It's a great just want to burn some time. I don't really do sports much. Golf's okay, but
I could
it's fun
care
to
less
watch.
about golf.
Yeah, for the most part, I do the same. But it's an interesting world of
Yeah.
playing a golf game and making $25 million.
Yep.
Pick the wrong profession.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Middle-aged
to-
stockbrokers play on the weekend.
about to beat the last Zelda game that came out, where
Okay.
you play as Zelda. I've been sleeping on it.
Tears of the
I got really
Kingdom?
far and paused. What's that?
Tears of the Kingdom?
No, there's another one after that called Echoes of Wisdom, and you play as Zelda. It's a old top-down one.
The last Zelda game I played all the way through was Ocarina of Time on the N64. So
It's the first game I ever played and cried with the story.
I think the first game I ever played was Star Fox 64.
Dude, that's the best game.
It's the best. I love that game.
I feel like kids today are screwed because they didn't have old consoles where this is the number of hours I sat in a bedroom with a small TV playing Star Fox 64, and you memorize everything. It doesn't matter if you've played the same thing 1,000 times. No.
I could play that whole game start to finish today.
I got to get to Albatross now. I'm going to watch Pippi come by after you save him and go, "You're the best, Slippy," and keep on going. I'm going to watch Falco be really smart aleck. Yeah. God
Do
dang.
a barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll. You
Um,
go under the waterfall in the first level, the secret area, and they're like, "Where are you going, Fox?" Okay.
I played a new game recently called Nobody Wants to Die. It's kind of a cyberpunk detective noir.
Yeah, it looks
Everything's
good.
got like a mid 20th century look to it, but it's the future. Um, People can pay subscriptions to for bodies, and they can live hundreds of years.
Oh, that's interesting.
Basically, the plot of Altered Carbon. But this
Got it.
is a detective about a detective who's trying to figure out what happened in some accident he had. But it's
I
about
might
5 or
have to
6
get that.
hours. It's pretty good.
No, that's dope.
It's on
Yeah,
sale right now.
I've been looking for a good not probably not a good comparison, like BioShock
Mm-hmm.
or any of those kind of games, like story driven
Yeah,
stuff. Like I haven't played a good one in a
not
while,
a
so
lot
I'll
of
check that.
action or anything in it. It's just like solving
That's
a
all we need.
mystery and puzzles. But which also led me to want to rewatch Altered Carbon. So I've started that again.
That's Joel, whatever his name is,
Joel
right?
Kinnaman. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
that
show.
I didn't know anything about that show,
Mm-hmm.
so when I watched it, I mean, it blew me away.
Yeah,
Of oh shoot, this is
it,
good.
it it does the living a device that keeps you living longer storyline better than this game. But what else? Um, Paradise, Severance. Really into Severance right now.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to picking that back up.
So good. Jack Reacher, of course.
Oh, forgot about Reacher, and that's been
And
exactly what you expect.
I've totally forgot the last couple weeks, but Invincible season 3, really good.
I never finished season 2, so I need to
Mhm.
pick back up on that. When they did the split season, I
Yeah,
just
that pissed
zoned
off a
out.
lot of people. Like they quit in like March and came back in February. I was like, what the fuck's
Yeah,
happening?
I just forgot about it.
Yeah,
So I need to do that
this
because that is
season
a
this season's
fantastic.
really good. They got Aaron Paul this season, so that was really cool.
Sick. That's cool.
What else? I feel like there was something else, but I can't remember.
That's
So
what I'm like. I know I've watched like a couple good movies, just indie or random,
yeah.
but
Well,
still been really addicted to finding movie recaps on YouTube
mm,
from foreign films. A lot of Chinese, Korean, and Indian movies that they're crazy. And like I don't I would sit and watch 3 hours of these movies.
mm,
I don't have time. So I watch a 30-minute thing that's like this dinosaur just popped up and ate this person. Wow, they're dead now. Now Samantha Honju is coming into this, and it's like, oh, I can follow this, but if I watch this movie, dude, I'm lost.
speaking of Korean films, I'm probably going to see Mickey 17 this weekend.
I might do the same. Logan, I hope she can hear me. So we normally have half days on Friday,
Mm,
and I might go see that by myself because Robert Pat is phenomenal.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I know what I watched the Oscars.
Oh, I didn't.
I watched it only for Conan O'Brien. Could care less.
Mm-hmm.
And I should say I watched portions. I didn't watch the whole thing. I could care less.
I watched his opening monologue. That was about it.
Yep. Focused on that and then a couple other things. Just a lot of bad choices, in my opinion. Which, I mean, I know how the Oscars and the Academy Awards work. It's not the best thing. It's who likes you the most.
Who made this? Who made the best movie for the Oscar voters and the industry?
Who entertained
Yes.
those voters.
Who entertained the industry and the Oscar voters? But
yeah.
that's it for this week. We'll be back with something next week. We'll see. I don't know
Magic.
yet. So, if you have a suggestion for a movie we should do, you can send that secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Second Take Movies. Subscribe to the YouTube. Leave comments, rate, review, wherever you can. Jake,
Yeah, and if you leave dumb comments, I'm commenting back.
yeah, he will. I've seen it.
Yeah. I don't know who that guy, whatever.
Yeah, fuck him. Jake, do you have any parting words for the people?
um, Yeah, break me up inside, can't wake up. Save me.
For more
Oh God.
musical performances, you can tune in next week. So we will see you till then with another movie.